Do you ever feel like a detective knowing when someone is lying to you? Or do you go the other direction? You're more gullible, wanting to give them the benefit of the doubt. In this video, we're going to look at a recent research study that explains the link between high sensitivity and misinformation. Misinformation shows up in our lives in so many ways now, from social media and AI to the old fashioned conversations with people you know. Sometimes it's intentional. The person knows what they're saying isn't true, it's a straight lie, or it could be a manufactured video, and sometimes it's unintentional. Let's say you tell a friend about a headline you saw while you're scrolling Instagram. You're not knowing that you got it wrong, and maybe a correction even comes out later. I know I've definitely done this and been part of the problem. It's like a game of telephone where information gets warped, it changes with the more people that share it. And as a highly sensitive person, you could go in two different directions when you hear something that's not true. The first option is maybe you get a gut feeling. There's something off. It doesn't add up. You're picking up the hesitation in someone's voice or the nervousness in their body language is really clear when they're lying to you. You notice a little slight inconsistency in a video that someone shares, and it tells you that it's AI, that's manufactured. Or maybe you read an article, it's making a claim that doesn't compute for you. It goes against information that you know in your gut to be true, something you've learned before. And you can also go in the other direction. You have empathy or emotion take over. You care for the person providing this information so much that you want to put your full trust in them, not let them feel that you're doubting them. You're so emotionally invested in a cause that you can't possibly tolerate it not being what it seems. So you ignore your intuition. I know I've definitely done this with people, right? You just push that aside until you can't anymore. And while I have seen HSPs respond in both directions, it's more likely that you would be suspicious of something that seems untrue. And there's a Polish research study titled Sensory Processing Sensitivity and its relation to susceptibility to misinformation that backs this up. Researchers found, and I quote, highly sensitive people were more resistant to the misinformation effect. And what does that mean? The misinformation effect is when new information interferes with your original memories. So, for example, let's say you found out a friend is dating an old coworker of yours who was an abusive or was difficult. On the surface, they seem reformed, and your friend only has nice things to say about them. Maybe even trying to convince you that they're different. That was the past. And while some would take this at face value and believe it, as an HSP, you're more likely to hold on to that initial impression and keep your guard up. Trust your gut. So, this is another reminder to trust yourself, to celebrate your intuition, your deep thinking, your perception. It is a gift. It's a protector against misinformation of all kinds, whether digital or in person in your relationships. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic. Feel free to share down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.